My wife gave birth right there.
You're giving birth?
In a gas station parking lot. Gave birth in the gas station. Obviously, that was not the plan. So earlier that day, she just labored peacefully at home. Beck, is this it?
I think so. I hope it is, because we've called everybody.
We've called the midwives again.
If I think that it's not, I should just stand up and have some of those contractions, and then I'm like, yeah. This is it for sure.
Yeah. She's laying down to slow it down because the midwives are still a bit away. So buy some time here, Beck.
I don't want.
Hey, we do have one doula and photographer here.
So yes.
So
We do have
we got this. One of the midwives is here, and Brianna's here. We're gonna try going on a walk.
Why do we do these things to ourselves,
I know,
Brianna?
it's the last time you ever have to do it. That's what I tell myself every time. I don't ever have to do this ever again.
This one's hard. Oh. I needed something to eat.
Is that the weirdest pre-labor meal you've ever seen?
It is.
A bowl of peas, that's what you wanted.
And just let your belly hang. So push this just a little bit.
Yeah. This is the part of the YouTube video that I always fast forward.
Although the labor was taking longer than we expected, I mean, this was to be her 5th child. She was laboring well, and it was very peaceful. Time dragged on, so eventually we did an exam just to figure out if this was gonna go anywhere or if we just needed to slow this down and kind of end this thing. Sure enough, she was 8 centimeters. That means we're going places. Like, you get to 10 centimeters and you're having this baby.
Oh, yay.
So does that mean?
They're not going home. She continued to labor and hit what you call transition. I guess it's this time between labor and pushing, but normally that's a relatively short amount of time, but she ended up hanging up there for about 5 hours. And just was getting tired. We did another exam. Turns out the baby wasn't dropping, and we had to make a hard decision.
So Justin and Rebecca just left for the hospital. Baby sounded great, but he's just very, very high and not descending down, which basically means she can't push him out. So thankfully her blood pressure is great, her heart rate is great, his heart rate is great, so no fear. But they're going to the hospital just to see what maybe the next step is.
We're driving in the car there. It's a really intense situation. I could tell Rebecca's in a lot of pain.
The pain when I got in the car, it was like through the roof. It was like 100 times worse than anything I had ever been in. Like,
What did it feel like?
My whole body just hurt. I can't even describe it. It was so painful. I can't even describe it. Like, I felt like I was just having contraction upon contraction. My back hurt, my arms hurt, my legs were hurt. Like, I just was like in so much pain. I was thinking, I'm gonna show up at this hospital like a crazy person because I literally feel like I just need to scream and they're gonna look at me like I'm nuts. And of course, like, not knowing like what was going to happen when I got to the hospital, whether they would be able to, you know, deliver me or if I would have to go in for a C-section. I didn't, there's like a kind of like not sure how this was going to turn out, and just being like, there goes my desires, my dreams to, do this at home where I really wanted to.
She's saying, speed up, and then slow down, and then roll the window up, roll the window down. I want you to help me, Justin. But I know you can't help me. She was like, let me off the hook. And I was trying to think, how can I help you? I said, we're gonna get you help real soon. Then she said, I gotta pee. And I looked at the GPS, 12 minutes. Rebecca, we got 12 minutes. Was that enough time for you?
No, I was like, that's a long ways away.
And then before I knew it, she was like, my water broke. And I said, okay, do you want me to pull over? Yes.
I literally felt like someone poured a gallon of water on me. I don't know. I have no idea how much water it was.
Luckily, we were right near a gas station, and I pulled in, and I looked at your pants to confirm it, and yes. And then I went to the midwife who was following us behind us.
Was there a ton
Not really.
of water?
Like, if that's all it was, and we would have kept going, the Suburban would still be clean. Let's air the rest of this out. It needs some fresh air. I asked the midwife. She was following us, and I got out and asked her, "What do we do?" And we started talking, and before we could even make a decision, I heard you. What were you saying?
I screamed, "Help me! Help me!"
We could hear her screaming.
I could not. I couldn't get my pants off. I was trying to get them off because I could feel him. I could feel his head down.
Next time you decide to have a birth on the car, let's not do form fit. I mean, I think it's my fault. I think I grabbed these. Then I'm like, do you want me to turn the Suburban lights are on? I'm like, you want me to turn the lights off? Like, there's people about. No, I don't care. Then I'm like, well, you want me to pull your pants off? Yes. And I'm like, okay. And it's like, and I didn't have my Leatherman on me, so there's no cutting it. And I could feel something in there. I felt a little bit. I'm getting it down enough, but then the midwife has come, and they're down. I think we can see the baby and the baby's head, and we get these pants off somehow. These pants were not wanting to come off.
They were so
tight knuckle. Where's those pants that button up all the way? The midwife is taking over because the head's sitting there.
Okay.
Becky, you're giving birth.
You are? You're giving birth? Okay.
He's out, Rebecca. He's out.
All right.
My body, literally, I had no control. It pushed him.
He's okay. He's okay, baby.
Oh,
He's
look at that
crying.
beautiful
Okay, we gave birth in the gas station. He's fine. He's crying.
Good cry.
Everything's fine though. The baby's fine.
baby,
We're at
come
Black Bear Pizza at the city stop.
Come on, let's get another cry out of you.
Okay.
Thanks, Henry.
He's
Okay. Come on.
You didn't have to go to the hospital.
Hey now, little mama, don't you think you ought to love again? Once again.
Types of interest.
Time, but you gotta stand up if you wanna love again. Once again.
Put around the neck.
Keep crying, buddy.
Good boy.
Before we went, while they were prepping you, I got my little pocket camera. I thought, I'm gonna need this at the hospital. I don't want this big bazooka camera out. And it was in my pocket. The midwife there, she took over. There was no room for me. And I'm like, in one hand, I'm literally calling the house to tell them, all the support team at the house. And I've got the camera in the other hand, and I'm like, I hope I capture this.
I know, and actually, I'm so thankful that you thought that, because I was in such a confused, it was happening so fast. Like, everything I feel like it happened so fast. Like, literally, my water broke, we pulled over, you were there.
Yeah.
He was coming, and then he was like, and then I was holding him in my arms.
And you gave birth to this little guy. Do you feel okay?
Oh my God.
Do you feel okay, honey?
I do. I want to see him.
Okay, he's so
I want to
good.
get the shirt off of me so I can be skin to skin with him.
Okay.
Yeah, if we unbutton this one, I think it'll be.
Okay,
I don't know, just do whatever.
Okay, I'll get
Oh
you.
my God, Justin, this is the most intense thing I've ever done. Oh,
Bless you.
oh my God, Henry. Oh my God. Yeah, it was the craziest thing ever. It just happened so fast. I've watched that video several times because
Yeah.
I'm glad that we have it because I wanted to see what was going down.
Yeah,
so
well-
as soon as he came out, you took your sweater
That's
off.
when the midwife was like, "We need a blanket or something." And she was really calm. I'm saying this like all excited, but she was really calm. And we hand her this
Chuck's pad.
Jonah, will you go grab me a Chuck's pad? So mom hands her one of these, and she's like, "No, I need something like a sweater." So I took off my sweater. It was my town sweater too. Where is that? I hope it's been washed somehow. Hey, Grandma.
Hey,
Do you know where my black sweater would be? The midwife says it was in the dryer when they left.
right there is some clean clothes right in the hallway.
No. It got put on the... I saw the other stuff from the night. Rebecca's shirt. Well, my shirt. Her pants, but not my sweater. Oh well, maybe it's better that way. I was wrapping up the edit. By the way, I'm editing right here. I can be near mom, be near little baby, be little baby. Grandma's calling me. I think she must have found it.
Yep, it was in the bottom of this basket.
Are you serious? Was it dirty?
It's
still
not
dirty.
It's not too bad. It'll be
Do you think
clean
she
tonight.
cleaned it? Well, it got put back in with dirty clothes, and I don't think it'd hurt to wash it again. What do you think, Grandma?
No, put it right in there.
All right. And then that's when she
wrapped
got
him in
in.
it. Yeah, she
and
got
she
in
was
the
like,
car.
"Let's get in, let's warm it up." And I went around and
Turned the heat on and
and
got
then-
things going.
And then the midwife took over
And
from
he
there.
was
and it was
crying
exciting.
immediately. I mean, like literally,
Yes.
she put him on my chest and he cried.
Good job, Woodloo. Good cry.
And then he was just
I was
screaming
just
his little
overcome.
head off. And
You asked me later if I cried, and it was
Yeah.
like, no, it was like too much
I was
adrenaline,
like-
too much excitement. Usually I cry with every birth. but
I
it
was
like-
honestly just in shock. Like one moment, because the whole thing with me driving to the hospital was like the pain was so intense that I just wanted to stop. Like I didn't know how it could stop.
Did it stop?
And as soon as I delivered him, it was all over. And I was just like, I mean, then there's another type of pain of that I just delivered a child.
Yeah.
And a little bit of feeling,
Well, what was
that,
cool
but-
is you weren't bleeding all over the place.
no.
Baby was crying, doing fine.
Yeah, I mean, we were literally like,
and we could go home.
there was no reason to go to the hospital anymore because the whole reason we were going to the hospital was for the delivery.
It was gonna maybe be an
And
emergency
he was doing
C-section or something.
great. He was doing so good. It was like, there's no point in us driving to the hospital.
Yeah.
Why don't we go back and do all of the checkups at home and get checked out and get settled back in? And we had all of the birth professionals here,
Here they come.
It's insane.
That's our wedding day right there.
I do wish that I had been sitting on this, on a Chuck's pad,
do
instead of,
too.
we had put it in the throw up bowl so that if I threw up in the car that we could put that
Yeah.
on it and
Yeah.
it would absorb the liquid and it wouldn't slosh
Everything
all over
happened
our
too
car.
fast. I went out to the car after. It's a mess. I'm like, we're gonna have to take this to a detailer. I gotta clean as much as I can. It still stinks. It's like they're gonna call the police because like, what in the
So
world
bad,
happened?
y'all.
We're gonna have
It's
to explain
so bad.
ourselves.
Well, it happens.
Don't call the police.
People
We had
give
a baby
birth
in the
their
car.
car. I think I have found somebody. I need to call them today
Oh, okay.
and ask if they will detail our car for us to get. It's so bad.
They're gonna be our new heroes.
Yeah. I'm just thankful that everything turned out and that it worked out the way it did. I would never want to give birth in a car again, ever. Look at his little bum.
It's the next day. Mom and baby are doing well.
We are. Teddy's adjusting.
Yeah, let's get a good shot. He's sleeping. He's a good boy.
Well, he's not even 24 hours old. He's a real good boy.
Sleeping, pooping, peeing, doing everything he's supposed to be doing.
Nursing.
His first diaper change. That means things are working.
There's a lot of this. You have a lot of meconium. I know it.
And Mom, you got the energy to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
feeling pretty good overall.
I don't know if she's had the energy with any of the others. Right off the bat.
Yeah, oh yeah, he poops so much. It's so nice to get in my bed and like have a bath in my bathtub and, you know, all the things, drink and eat the food that I wanted to and not, you know, be attended by the people that I had hired.
Do you think it made it any sweeter? Being at home?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Talk to me about
especially
that.
thinking that going in, thinking that we were gonna be at the hospital and then that not having to happen was amazing. I was very happy that we could come home and recover here.
Hey now, little mama, don't you think you ought to love again? Well, once again, you're knocked down, but you gotta stand up if you want to love again. Well, once again, hey.
He needs some love. He feels neglected.
And what a story. We would have never chose this story. We would have loved to have this baby at home, but I have a feeling in a few months' time, even when the pain has gone away, this is a precious story because, I mean, it couldn't be any better. I mean, I thought this story was going to go in the direction of, oh, we're at the hospital and that's our story. And I mean, good stories include great obstacles, but you never want those obstacles. And this ended up being quite the obstacle, but a quicker, happier ending. So I couldn't be more thrilled. Thanks guys for watching this. We enjoy and love and appreciate you guys for being there with us every step of the way. The thousands of comments of well wishes and prayers, we thank you so much. We feel so supported in this, and we're honored to have our first birth as vloggers. It couldn't make us any more happy to be able to share it with such wonderful people like you guys.
Don't you let your mind